Question: how do you navigate the most important decisions of your life? How do you choose the professionals to whom you turn to in a crisis? How do you ensure that you're actually moving towards the outcome that you're looking for in these crucial times? You know, most people have no idea how to answer that question. Some of the best answers come in the form of knowing the right questions to ask. Whether you need the right anything, first need the right answers. In order to get to the right answers, you got to know the right questions to ask. Enter the Right Questions podcast. Question: what do Jordan Peterson, Andrew Tate, and John Zerka have in common? No idea? See, the rise of masculinity has become a thing, a very good thing, in a time when there's been more confused young gentlemen than ever. The point about there being a big need out there for strong, reputable, masculine voices cannot be overstated. Problem is, we started out pretty decent. 10 years ago, Joe Rogan came onto the scene and sort of made masculinity cool again, both with his podcast, his unique hunting guests, all the other folks that he's promoted, including the likes of Jocko Willink, David Goggins, and so many others. And it started to create a pretty awesome momentum, one that I think a lot of young gentlemen and women enjoyed. These were chivalrous men. These were strong men. These were the kind of men who sucked it up and did what they had to do for the benefit of the people they loved, starting with themselves. These are the kind of men you could look up to. Then came onto the scene Jordan Peterson. I have a lot of respect for Mr. Peterson, Dr. Peterson. Let's be clear, he took a stand at a time where not many people in his position would. He went on to describe 12 Rules for Life, and phenomenal book and speaking engagements, came on Joe Rogan's podcast, exploded onto the scene. Somewhere along the way, things didn't work out that great for him. We're all human. I'm not judging him. But the fact is, he is now someone that people point to as not the best example for the movement to bring back masculinity in a positive way. Positive masculinity. Somewhere along the way, things changed. Then we had Andrew Tate, who, while he was able to reach the younger generation in ways that people before him couldn't, had his own baggage to deal with. And unfortunately, it caught up to him rather quickly. It wasn't long before his empire started to crumble beneath him, and what was once reputable young gentleman now was tainted with scandal. And the fact is, look, I don't know if he's guilty. I don't care. Even if everything that he did was 100% on the up and up, I don't know that he's the best example that young gentlemen should be looking up to. He brought a lot of good things to the table, just like Jordan, but he has his flaws. And now they're bringing out John Zerka. And if you haven't seen this guy, just skip, because I guarantee you'll be offended, disgusted, turned off. And if this is where the masculine movement is supposed to be going, well, it's clear it's being sabotaged from within. These are what are called disruptors. Anytime there is a movement that starts to gain momentum against the popular political notion, usually those in power who were trying to push that agenda find ways to promote people who represent the ideal poorly. So that way they can destroy the message with the man. But it's important that people like you ask the right questions. See, I see what they're doing here. First we had Jordan, then we had Andrew, now we have John. But do you see what they're doing? More and more, I'm gonna bring you guys questions like this. I'm gonna bring you what's going on around the world in ways that maybe other people aren't talking about. And I encourage you, please, if you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. The importance of the right questions cannot be overstated. I hope you agree. And masculinity, it's here to stay. The positive message of masculinity has traveled far and wide. Its impact has been felt across all generations, and we're not giving up an inch. It doesn't matter who you send, who the disruptors are. Men, women, children have come to understand again that masculinity is required. And there's a great list of people. If you're curious, I've listed them on my Twitter, who I've come across that I think are great examples of masculinity, and they're in all different kinds of flavors. Guys like Jocko Willink, who I already mentioned, to Tony Robbins, to Alex Hormozy, to move on down the list. Sure, you'll find someone there who you can respect and look up to. But point is, that's the problem. No one wants to respect and look up to anybody anymore. Everybody's so caught up in their own false delusions. But how are we ever going to change things if we don't have a real dialogue and if we don't start asking the right questions? Look, I'm not here to glorify masculinity, but I am here to protect what's great about it. Hope you guys agree, and thanks for giving me the time. Talk soon. Again, next time that you have a crucial situation come up. Next time, God forbid, you have a crisis, make sure you remember us, the right questions. If I can help you in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out. Find us on all of our socials, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. So, hey guys, I hope you found this content helpful. If so, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. It helps us tremendously to continue to be able to bring you valuable content just like this. Check out our other videos as well, and we'll look forward to seeing you there.